San Diego's police force is short by about 100 officers, and more than half of the force will reach retirement eligibility in the next 4 years. That's according to a recent report by the San Diego Police Officer Association. But that's just one of the retention issues facing the department. Here with further details are Sergeant Jeff Jordan, Vice President of the San Diego Police Officers Association, and City Council member Marty Emerald, Chair of San Diego's Public Safety and Neighborhood Services Committee. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
Jeff, what has the San Diego Police Department been doing in order to prepare for what works out to be about 900 officers being ready to retire?
Well, first we put together a 5-year plan. Represented the Police Officers Association along with the police department, looked at our needs going from 5 years and what we would need to kind of bring staffing up to where we acceptable levels would be, about hiring 300 more officers. That's going to be very hard to do because we're also on the back end, as you mentioned, upwards of half our police department can retire, and we're seeing significant attrition from our younger officers. Upwards of 30% of the officers that we've hired since 2005 have left, 255 out of the 888 we hired since 2005.
And we're going to come back to the sort of the retention issues and the cost on that. But Marty, I want to talk to you. Where does that 5-year budget stand, or 5-year plan stand right now? And as far as the budget that the mayor released today, what has he made provisions for in going forward in these next 5 years?
Right. The mayor is proposing an extra $4 million this coming year to increase the number of academies so that we can bring in more officers and to provide for more equipment for other public safety agencies. But it doesn't come close to meeting our needs.
What about that 5-year blueprint?
Right. Last July, it was approved at the Public Safety Neighborhood Services Committee to go into effect in this new fiscal year in 2014, the one that we're going to be discussing at council and with the mayor's office over the course of the next 6 weeks or so. We did kickstart it, though. We put some extra money in for the rest of this fiscal year so we could get those academies going. It's just so crucial to get the numbers up, to get the right people recruited for police work, to get them through academies, to get them through the training, and headed toward what we think is a really good career in law enforcement here in San Diego.
Right, and as you mentioned, that $4 million doesn't quite make it.
Doesn't come close to it,
Since we're talking about money, I want to do this, that one of the things in this new report is about salaries, about police pay. And from what I understand from a January report a little while ago, with the exception of El Cajon, officers who average the least amount of salary in the area, they are in El Cajon, they're about $67,000 a year. San Diego police are the lowest paid in the county at a little more than $74,000 a year, followed by Escondido's salaries at more than $77,000, and San Diego County sheriffs earning more than $80,000 a year. Jeff, how significant is the salaries in retaining these police officers that are recruited?
It's everything. Compensation is everything right now. And I'll tell you, just the salary number, you can't just look at the salary number and understand that's just one element of a total compensation package. What we're seeing is our officers who have families are paying upwards of $7,000 or $8,000 a year out of pocket to purchase family health care through the city of San Diego. Healthcare costs are extremely high, and they're rising. In addition to that, our pension contributions may raise upwards of 17–18% of our salary. People don't really think about that roughly 20 to 25% of our salary is going towards pension as well as health care costs even before taxes hit. So this looking at salary is just one element of it, and really what you need to look at is the total compensation package. It's everything that you get, and you try to break it down to what it is per hour, per employee, and we are just not competitive.
And remember, that's the average salary. Coming in, new police officers aren't making nearly that average. So it's a real struggle.
So recruiting them, it impacts the recruitment as well.
Right. What Marty said is our new hire for us, every 2 weeks can expect to take home about $1,400 every 2 weeks. Compare what they can get upwards of $1,000 or $1,500 more a month by going to another agency. That's what Marty's stressing is. That's where the real problem is right now.
Right. Some would argue that crime, except for the last couple of months, have actually over the years been going down. Violent crimes the last few months has showed something differently. So Marty, I want to start with you. A lot of people would argue we're doing just fine with the less police and paying them less. Why do we need to spend more money? Why do we need more police officers?
I think over the course of the last several years, with the crime rate going down, it really needs to be attributed to the professionalism of our police employees out there in the community, working often on their own time, responding to calls as quickly as they can. But the warning went out a decade ago when the cuts really started happening at San Diego PD that if we keep cutting, we're going to hit a point where we can't stretch resources any longer, and that's where we've come.
And that's where we've come right now. Unfortunately, we are out of time. So Marty Emerald and Jeff Jordan, thank you so much for talking with us today.
You bet. Thank you.
Very much, Becky.